I'm here with Johnny Frenier from Square-Enix. Is it Enix or Enix?
Enix.
Enix, alright.
Enix, yeah.
Years of embarrassment not knowing that. So thank you. Finally settled. And we're here to play Mindjack, which you graciously brought over to my headquarters, to my own home.
Brought it all the way down here.
Thank you, sir.
Just to jack into your headquarters.
Alright. We're going to get jacked. And a little bit about this game. It's a third-person shooter, is that right?
Yeah, it's a third-person action shooter with a unique single multiplayer sort of hybrid experience.
Right. I'm not aware of that being done quite this way before.
Right.
While you're playing the game, the NPCs may not be NPCs.
Right, they may actually be other players within the online community.
Huh.
Yeah.
And is there a way to tell?
There is. You will see that they will come in as wandering like digital spirits, and they will also glow, showing you that if the player's not doing that.
Interesting. But the central character of the game, he's an FBI agent, is that right?
He's a federal agent in the FIA.
FIA.
Federal agency within the game, yeah.
Okay.
So he's assigned to track down a woman who had just recently come into the city of San Mira, and he's supposed to follow her, and while he's following her, she's attacked by the soldiers, and he ends up stepping in to protect her. And throughout the path, they discover the conspiracy behind the creation of this technology and why there's so much chaos.
Right.
So here we have these digital spirits wandering about, ready to take their positions in the battlefield. And these are other players moving throughout the game. So right now we have initiated combat, and one of the red team is hacked into that robot and taken down.
So it's a very different experience to be the host of the game and jacking into someone else's game.
Right. So, and because you're the host, your job is to move the narrative forward and go through the single-player experience. If you hack into a game as a red team member, your job is to stop the host from completing the single-player experience.
Reminds me of my LARPing days, when they forced me to be the goblin.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pay. So you're just beating up some goblins.
Exactly. Well, soldiers in this case.
So that red, you see that red cloud move?
Yeah.
You know that's some big cloud move.
He's going somewhere to hurt you somehow. Yeah.
How long is the campaign?
It's approximately 8 to 10 hours.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. And you can play that entire mode multiplayer.
Right. You can effectively play if you wanted to by yourself, but the key of the game is that multiplayer experience. So as you're playing, other players will jump into your game and play with you or against you.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Sorry to look away from you talking to me.
Oh, no worries.
Pretty random. The character seems like he's doing some pretty extraordinary things, because you can jack into other people too, right?
Right, absolutely.
He looks so normal, yet he's doing all these out-of-the-world moves. Well, the man's stuff in his body. Sweet man. Ignore me. Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay.
Alright, so that question again.
Right.
You got this very everyman sort of lead doing all this crazy cyberpunk stuff. Do you think that was intentional on the development?
Well, in actuality, the interesting thing is even though he is sort of an everyman, he's not the only one that's capable of doing it. And these hackers that are taking over the world of San Mira are the players, you. So you're the ones hacking into these soldiers and these drones, causing havoc. So his ability to do so is even spread out between all the other players.
So in this world, it's an everyman technique to just hack into it.
Well, there is a certain conspiracy that involves in the story, and then you discover why it's accessible, and that it's been leaked to these hackers, which is effectively you, the player.
I see. The whole game gives me a very Natsume Shiro vibe, very Ghost in the Shell, Appleseed sort of vibe. Was that intentional? Because he's one of the first manga and anime artists to make it big. Ghost in the Shell was actually huge before any of his future.
Absolutely. I don't think that there's anything even remotely sci-fi that couldn't help but be inspired by his work and everything that he does. So.
Sure. But everything from the mech design to the world, to the kind of normalcy that the cyberpunk tendencies are taking on in their world.
Right.
It's just everyday regular stuff to jack into.
Right, exactly. And normally, I mean, the technology was built to do things that turn on your TV with a thought. But the military application of the technology is to be able to hack in and control other people.
It's like connecting on what?
Exactly.
This is like connecting to people. It's crazy. What do you think it is about Mindjack that makes it stand out from the pack? Because the third-person shooter is a very densely competitive market these days, and there's some top dogs in that market.
Yeah,
so to try to climb up that market with a new IP, very ambitious. I'm glad to see Square-Enix doing it.
It is quite a challenge for sure. Especially, like you said, it being a new IP. Mindjack has such a unique multiplayer, single-player hybridness to it. I think it's something that's at least been rarely attempted, and it's such a success that to begin, there are no lobbies in the game, so you don't sit there and you don't wait for people to join the game and then enter in and then have to do all that things. You play your game, and you get other players to jump into it, or while you decide to join a game, you can just patch straight into somebody's game immediately and decide to help them or hinder them.
Whoa, you're a monkey?
Yes,
I'm
I'm
glad
a
you're for too long. So yeah, what kind of...
So the other thing that makes Mindjack extremely unique is we have a giant cybernetic gorilla. And I think that's very important to note because he's a giant cybernetic gorilla.
I haven't seen one of those. I think it's Strider.
No, yeah, and you can control him, so, yeah.
Whoa. What other kinds of enemies are there? Not that that's not done.
No, yeah. We have the giant monkey. We also have a few different smaller spider monkeys.
Okay.
And they have two mounted guns on their shoulders. There's
what's going on
few
now?
different soldiers, so I've hacked out of my body and I can hack into this soldier.
Okay.
There are different soldiers in the game that have different weapon types, different armor types, and I can hack into.
It's almost like you're passing the ball in like a soccer game.
Kind of like hot potato with guns.
Right. Whoa, that was a nice slide.
Oh, I see how it is. No, you're not getting me.
So you're fighting one of your coworkers?
Yes, actually, yes I am. I'm hoping.
Oh. So if you get killed while you're possessing somebody else, what's the consequence of that?
Well,
move on to a new body?
In this body, it wouldn't matter because I'm already trying to eliminate all these guys anyway. So
Right.
I'm not really worried if this guy goes down because my objective is to just eliminate all these guys anyway.
So committing seppuku in that body might not actually be a bad idea.
No.
So you die and now you're back to
Now I'm back to
central
Jim.
character of the game.
Right.
So even if you get your monkey through the objective, no big deal. You need to get Jim. through
Right,
the objective.
right. The actual objective first stage.
Whoa, nice brush shot.
That was
intense. That's awesome.
the actual objective of each stage is to eliminate all the enemy soldiers.
Okay.
So once you eliminate all the enemy soldiers, even if you choose to do it with a monkey or Jim or even another enemy soldier, what you can do.
Oh, what is that thing?
Nothing. Once you've eliminated all the enemy soldiers, you sort of progress to the next part of the story. Now that drone over there is also another enemy, and it's just fun. I like to call him my little H210.
Yeah, that's got a definite edge going on. I guess sometimes feel it. So can you jack into that? Or somebody else already did?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, as a host player, I have to basically damage an opponent enough. Let's see if I can get this to happen. To where they get effectively 2 wounded to fight, they'll be in a down state, and I can mind slave them. And what that enables me to do is to make them like a drone that works for me.
Right.
So they'll continue on their own AI pattern. This is an ability only the host has. And once I do that, it sort of opens the door for me to, so now I can mind save this drone. And it opens the door for me to be able to hack out of my own body and then quickly just hack into this machine and then continue to fight with it.
Alright, okay.
Like my buddy,
Square-Enix is, before they were Square-Enix, it was just Square. They're responsible for some of my favorite new IPs. Einhander, Ray Fencer, Musashi.
Right.
So it's really exciting to me for Square to get back into the new IP. Is there a specific reason? It seemed like for a while it was Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
It seems like lately Square-Enix has come out with a lot more new IPs. Earlier this year,
Right.
publishing a lot of stuff in Japan.
Yeah.
Is there something behind that? Is there
Well, I
something to that?
think in a lot of ways, I mean, Square-Enix has its great strengths in storytelling. And one of the things that I think they really wanted to approach is trying to expand their own knowledge base and their own sort of portfolio, in a way, their own games, so that they can have that experience and really branch out to more consumers. More gamers.
Is it part of this move to kind of reclaim the Western market? Because there's a lot of talk about that amongst in the development community and in the industry. Is this a game that's targeted at the West just as much as Japan, more or less?
I would say that it's sort of an interesting question. It certainly has that appeal for shooters, but in that it's also a third-person shooter, which is very appealing in the Japanese market. So I mean, I know that the first-person shooters are a little bit more difficult market to hit in Japan, but yeah, definitely having that sense of action, but that, as you say, very Japanese style of science fiction, and also this very unique concept of hybrid multiplayer single-player action.
It doesn't seem afraid of the fact that it's Japanese. I really like that. I've been pained to see Japanese developers try to speak the Western visual language, and it hasn't always worked. Most of the time, it hasn't. But this definitely
looks like keep to your strengths and
exactly. But try new things at the same time.
Right.
Sorry. What are they talking about? Is that beautiful?
So that is Rebecca. That is the woman he was following and is now working with. because of what happened in the events of him trying to protect her, his agency believes that he's flipped.
Okay.
So
okay.
now they've kind of removed ties from him, and he's kind of got to work on his own with Rebecca to figure out why they think he's flipped, and also the conspiracy about mind wave technology.
Oh wow. Okay. Pretty detailed stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another Shiro move. Could be chatting about
Absolutely.
this. Absolutely. He doesn't shy away from a cutscene. Any chance of support for the Move, Connect,
Not for
PSP?
this one, no.
Do you think a 3DS port or PSP2 port possible down the line?
I would say that we really want to structure and root this IP first, and definitely get that groundwork idea, that instant multiplayer before making any real decisions. But you know, the console ability to connect to so many people worldwide is something that having that strength for starting a new IP is very important to know.
So if you have the internet connection, if your console is online to the capacity it needs to be, then this game could come out for it. Could.
Well,
maybe.
For now we're just talking PlayStation 3.
We're just talking. That's all we're talking.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Yeah, totally.
PS3, 360.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome systems. I wonder if I missed any other questions. I think so. I guess I should play it.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah?
Let's see. We want to try.
Can you make it so I can't die? That's what
I
the
can
developers
try.
often have to do for me. Just put on God mode and sometimes survive. Especially if I'm playing against
There you go.
your
Yeah,
guys
against
back home.
the guys back home.
Yikes.
Get him, guys.
Is it coming?
Sorry.
Sorry. I'm used to it. It's coming out on the PS3 and the 360?
PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 on January 18th.
January 18th.
Yeah.
Look for it. Turkeys. Mindjack. I'm into it.
So your controls are L2 for precision aim, R2 is to shoot, X is to take cover at a cover point, you can hold X to dash.
Am I doing it wrong already?
Oh, no.
None of those things you just
I
told me
know.
to do.
So now you can do all those things that I
okay.
was totally trying.
Cover.
Covering, and then hold X to dash. And then square is to pick up items and activate objects.
I love his attitude already. There's a certain English is not my native language attitude. I'm sure
Right.
you've, being a long-time video game fan yourself.
Absolutely.
I miss that. That's how I want to do. They're waiting for us. Hey guys.
So if you can aim at that enemy and you hit square,
Okay. Square.
and now it works for you.
Whoa. Nice.
And you've also made it possible to hack into that body. So you see that mind slaying ability. That blue bar lets you know how often you can do it.
Okay.
And then right now Rebecca is down, so you want to aim at her and you'll see it'll say restore. But it's red, now it's blue, so now you have energy to do it. So there's certain energy consumption that's required to do some of these abilities.
That makes sense, or else you'd just be grappling and
Yeah.
covering those up. So those dudes are still not my friends.
Right, and those dudes are specifically being played by some Square-Enix folks. So.
I'm third person. I'm really good at Resident Evil 4, and that's kind of it. Suck at Gears, suck at, I'm alright at Uncharted.
I think we need to get you a new weapon.
Yeah?
There you go.
So that jack
should help it out a little bit.
Oh.
So the blue guy's with you.
Oh, that robot showed up. Can I jack that dude?
You can. He's a shielded robot.
Okay.
So if you want to hack into any other body, or any other person on the field, click in both analog sticks,
Okay.
and then you'll hack out, and
Whoa.
then you use the left L1 and R1 to be able to quickly find another person to hack into. Right now, unfortunately, Jim is the only one that's available.
What about that guy?
He's hacked into by another player.
Okay.
So yeah, you'll see that red aura lets you know that another player has control.
So right now I'm just like having a seizure on the ground in the game, right?
No, once you hack out of your body, an AI will take over.
Oh, alright. Whoa, what happened?
So when all the enemies are eliminated on the stage, you'll hack right back into Jim and be the host.
Alright.
If you're joining the game, you'll return to your
So
wanderers.
somebody basically kept me alive just now. He did the work for me. Am I following that goal?
So yeah, these enemies here, yeah. So yeah, you can go ahead and mind slave him, and then you can hack out of your body.
Okay. And then,
Aim, yeah. If you aim at the enemy soldier, you do Y, and then hit the right trigger.
is he my buddy?
Yeah.
Alright. Do that.
Oh no, that's the guy you can
He's
hack
not my
into.
buddy.
He's sort of your buddy.
Right. Did I do that right?
No.
Now you're born.
There you go. Hit that right R2 on me.
R2.
Or you can jump into the monkey.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
That's what I've been waiting for. Oh, this feels good.
So circle is his punch, and then square is his taunting ground pound.
That's very Donkey Kong.
And he also has a dash maneuver when you hold the X button.
What is the taunting ground pound people?
You have to charge it up, and basically you can just slam the ground and then hit the enemy around you.
Am I charging it?
There you go. That's the charge, and then the second one is 1 pound.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'll figure it out sometime in the third check.
That's slap.
I love the walk. That's a swagger right there. So in this world, there are just robot monkeys at the mall?
Well, shouldn't there be right now? I'm just saying.
I love it. Well, I'm all about it.
They got more spider monkeys with guns on their shoulders.
What? For real? Oh, those are the baby monkeys.
Yeah. So Nurkus sort of experimented a bit, maybe a bit too far.
Nurkus?
In my opinion, I don't think it could ever.
I don't know if we talked about that. Who did that?
Nurkus is the company that created the Mindwick technology.
Oh, okay.
So they've also experimented with some of that technology on a few of the creatures, such as the Silver Knife and the other monsters.
Yeah, I'm glad that this game is not. It doesn't seem to be. It's a cohesive world, but it's not a realism. I mean, maybe there'll be monkeys at the mall in the future.
I'm really hoping for it.
Me too.
Let's see a giant cybernetic gorilla monkey at the mall.
Oh, what just happened?
I especially want to get control.
What am I doing to that man? Just get my paw off.
Go home and be able to smack him around.
So am I doing that right?
That's the charge up, and then if you do it again, you should be able to do the pound.
Oh, I get it now. But I was too far away. It's fun to be encouraged to just walk up to a guy and punch him. That's what I always want to do in these games, but
I mean, it's circle too to get that good, just swiping punch. Yeah,
right. Circle. I'm gonna hit that.
There you go.
Alright, there we go.
So then now that all the enemy soldiers have been eliminated, you're forcibly hacked out. And then we hit start. After your results screen tells you who won, what kind of XP you gained, and you move the story along the gym.
Oh, XP. So is there leveling up and that sort of thing?
There's leveling up, and what you earn from leveling up is certain skills and attributes that you can apply to your own profile, which gives you sort of a certain edge as you play the game.
So you can jack in other people's games to get experience points, or you can play your own single player, or your campaign mode.
Right.
But it's not single player unless you specifically ask it to?
No, it's technically single player, multiplayer all the time.
Oh, gotcha.
So either you're hosting a game or you're joining somebody else's single player.
Right. So you don't have the option to say, I don't want to get my ass kicked by
spiders. Oh, no, you absolutely do.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
because I'm going to need that option.
Right. Yeah, you can turn off the feature to let anybody in at all, or you can have it set to only your friends can join you. Absolutely. Yeah.
So is there, these days I never know what to expect. There was a time when it was just understood there's going to be giant bosses, there's going to be, different environments, different levels. But these days, you can get away with the Grand Theft Auto where you're pretty much just shooting dudes from the beginning to end, or Call of Duty. Did you go the route of the more traditional game with bosses and different environments and stuff like that?
Absolutely. And some of those bosses would still even include that old school helicopter coming in, dropping lots of guys down.
Nice.
Fighting those guys off.
That's a Shinobi classic.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was Shinobi stage too.
Yeah.
Just the helicopter. Well, I think that's all I got. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about, or anything you wanted to do before?
I think we got it.
All right.
I think we've sufficiently mind-hacked your HQ.
Thanks for being so sufficient.
No problem.
Skills, Johnny. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. We did it.
We did it.
Nicely done.
Well done, man.
You guys started it?
Oh, yeah.